Hi guys, and welcome back to another fly tying tutorial. The fly you see in the vise is a new one for me. I call it the improved shroobie. So without further ado, let's get into it. Well, you might have seen the shroobie pattern if you've followed the channel for some time. I'll stick a photograph up now so you can refresh your memory of what that looks like. But I was tying up some of these patterns. Now this is what I call the Grapham wet, and it served me really well, especially on Grapham. It works everywhere, but when I proved it, this is where it worked the best, at Grapham. So I call it the Grapham wet. It's a really shrimpy looking fly, and I think that's why it's so successful there. So I thought everything's better with booby eyes. It is my philosophy in life. Boobies make things better. So we're going to simply turn the Grapham wet into a booby with a slightly different coloured tail. So the hook I've just put into the vise is a Hackle H260 barbless hook. This one's at size 10, it's on a heavy wire, and it's finished in black nickel. The thread I'm going to be using today is from Semplify. It's red thread at 6/0, and the first thing I want to do is get plenty of wax onto my thread, and then I'll lay down a bed of thread. Now I often do this, and over the summer, while I've had time to fill up my own boxes and just take a break from making videos, it gives me a chance to think about patterns and patterns that have worked in the past and how I can improve on them. And I'm hoping that this is going to score for me in the coming months. I'm going to be putting a tail in. It's Glow-Bright number 6, and the first thing I want to do with this is take off probably about 10 inches, and then I'm going to fold it in half again, and then one last time, which will give me 8 strands altogether. I'm going to bring my thread halfway up the body, maybe just beyond, catch that in. Now when you're doing these tails with floss and the like, if you grab your floss, once you've got it securely in place and pull it back tightly, it will stay on top of the shank where it's supposed to stay. If you don't keep a grip of this material, you'll find it starts wandering round the shank and you end up with fibres below the hook bend and stuff. So if you just put a lot of pressure on, it will come back. And then for the length of this, I'm going for round about just over 1 centimetre. I can trim that away. Then come in with your finger and you can separate all them fibres, and you get a nice even flash tail there. So next thing then is the rib, and I'm going to be using some Vivas. This is P01 medium. I've already got a little bit off here. As I say, I've been tying up a few flies from my own box. I've already tied several of these. I think they look good, but very often what looks good to us fly tyers ends up being a complete dud when you get to the water. So time will tell, time will tell. For the body material, I'm using some Trout Stalkers dubbing. This is Plus Sparkle. It's a boosted natural material that I had specially blended for me by Andrew Ellis when he was still creating dubbings. I'm not sure he is doing that currently, but I do hope he comes back to it because I'm completely out of natural boosted, which is one of my favourite dubbings for shrimp patterns. So I'll put on the dub, and I want to come most of the way up the body. So the fishing should be starting to pick up again as we get into the month of September. Hopefully the fish are starting to look to bulking up for the winter, and they should be a little bit more inclined to take your fly. So I've trapped my rib in place, a couple of turns in front, then I can take away my rib. Now before I come in with my hackling, I'm going to keep tension on the thread and just come in with my brush, scruff out that dubbing, get it looking tasty. And that's looking pretty nice. So next then, what I'm going to be using is some, I have got a cake but it's in sorry state of repairs, so I've got some partridge, English partridge that's already been pre-selected. This is from Trout line, and they've gotten a nice brown fibre. Now to save a little bit of time, I've selected a feather, I've stripped away the waste from the stem here as you can see, and I've caught the tip in with my clip, swept everything back, and you get the Christmas tree effect. Now I'm going to release my hackle pliers just off camera here, and I'm going to snip away the part of the tip I don't want. Now before I catch that tip in, always worth adding another piece of wax, like so. And then once I'm content that's trapped in, I can grab my hackle pliers, now the partridge tip is really delicate, so don't hash at it, just take your time. And I know it might look a bit of a hot mess at the moment, but it will all come good. I'm going to use the whole feather. I'm not happy with the way that's come around there, but as I say, it's going to come good. Then as it comes over, you can see I've now got the stem on top of the shank. I'm going to come over with my thread, which I pre-waxed, like so, and then I can simply snap that away. So that's looking not too bad. Now I want to keep all this out the way if I can, so I'm going to lick my thumb and forefinger and just slick everything back. Might take a couple of goes just to get everything back out the way. And you can already see that this is going to present something very buggy looking in the water, but with that glimmer through the body and the hot tail when it's wet. Next then, we're going to tie in our booby eyes, and I'm just going to put this on here so you can see it. Now to get to this stage I have made a separate video, and I'll stick that in the top right hand corner of the screen for you to have a look at. But basically it's a foam cylinder that I've cut myself, and then, well, I'll let the video explain if you want to have a look at that afterwards. So where I've made my mark with there we go, and I don't know if you can see that yet, but as I wind this up you'll see that I've caught the foam right in the middle. I'm going to try and keep them fibres back. I'll bring it on top. Try not to catch any of your partridge. I've gone 6 turns one way. I'm going to pop, excuse my fingers, and I've gone 6 turns the other way. Now the turns can vary on the size of the fly you're tying. Although I've got a size 10 fly here in the vise, it's actually quite small. The hanak hooks come up quite small. So I'll come round and a couple of turns over the front, and then I can come in with my whip finish tool. Now the thing with booby eyes is once the fish start hitting the fly a few times, or even if you're fishing with it and you're pulling it through the water, the eyes do tend to come loose. So you've got to do your best to secure that before that happens. So I've got some super glue here. I'm going to part the eyes and get a good amount of super glue in. Now you might think I'm covering the eye, and you are most definitely correct. And it's going to get a lot worse down the bottom here. I'm going to come in liberally, not worried about the eye, and you'll see why in a second. So I've absolutely soaked that in super glue, and that will dry and the eyes will be in a solid state. Now I've got a little bit of wire that I keep on the edge of my bench. It is covered in gunk because I've been using it for this very purpose. So I'll just clean that up a little bit, and what I want to do is just put the wire through the eye, and what that does is completely cleans the eye out but doesn't take any of the super glue away from the foam eyes. And when that dries, that's going to be absolutely solid. Now you can come in with a little brush and just tart it up a little bit, but for all intents and purposes, there we have the improved shroobie. Now I'm going to tie up 6 or 7 of these just to see how they go, and if they prove to be successful, they will be getting a permanent place in my fly boxes. Thanks very much for watching the video. Please don't forget to leave it a like, it really does help the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one.